All right, hey guys, Riley here for becominganelectrician.com. In this video, I want to talk to you about my favorite levels. All right, we have a torpedo level as well as levels for bending pipe. I highly suggest these when you bend pipe because they have what's called rare earth magnets, and it's definitely going to give you the best experience. Before we get into this video, definitely check out my free book I wrote for you guys as Apprentice Electricians. You can download it by going to becominganelectrician.com/subscribe. Tons of valuable tips in there, things that I learned as I was becoming a journeyman, okay? All right, so I'm going to first start with what's called a torpedo level. So you as an electrician, I highly suggest you have a torpedo level as well as one of these types of levels for bending pipe. I'll talk about these two in just a moment. So our torpedo level, these can be really affordable. I picked this one up, it's $5, super cheap, but I also have had more expensive ones. Now you got to be a little careful that if they are metal, they could be marking up the walls. So a cool little trick that I was taught over the years is you can just take a piece of tape, all right, and I'll just, usually what I would do is I would cut it with like some side cutters or something, but I'll just take it like this. And so you can actually put this on the edges of the metal of your level, okay? Because what happens in the finishing stage is if your level's marking up the wall, you are going to get in a lot of trouble, okay? So you'd want to do this on both sides, and this is from like a super pro finishing journeyman I worked with. Like he knew all the little tricks of the trade. Like he had tons of cool tricks. And so he showed me like if you just do this, obviously, you want to make sure your level's on there pretty good. Like the tape's on there good. It's not like bulging or anything. But this, so that when you do put it up against the wall, it's not going to mark. Now, again, why you want to be using a torpedo level is because if you are going to be installing plugs in the finishing stage, right? So this screws into the box, and we are going to, and you can see that the plug has a little groove here. So you would put the level into the groove, and I'll put it this way. And you want to be looking for, is it plumb, right? Is your plug plumb? And then once it is, you tighten it down. You don't have to tighten it down super tight. You do want to tighten plugs a little bit more than let's say a switch, because a switch, someone just comes and just hits the switch, especially the Decora style switch. And Decora is like the square style of switch, right? So if it's a switch, you want to make sure it's tight, but a plug, you want to make sure it's a little extra tight because you have to plug them in, especially if they're tamper resistant. You can see it has the white kind of cover there, and then again that's just protecting so that nobody can for little kids and stuff, right? But anyway, so the whole goal here is that it's level, right? You're going to tighten it down. Now what I've always told is you level the plug and then you put your cover plate on, but honestly it's kind of one of those things that when you put the plug on and the cover plate on, you kind of take a step back. Does it look level? Okay, it's kind of one of those things by eye. But anyway, so that's what a torpedo level's for. It's kind of for more of like your kind of basic stuff like that. And again, that's a cool little pro tip. You can put some tape on and it's not going to mark up the wall, because if you're marking up the wall, I'm telling you, you are going to get yelled at. Now, if you are going to be using a torpedo level to bend pipe, you're going to have the worst experience, because what happens is this magnetic strip is very, very poor. And what happens is, imagine this is the pipe. You're going to put it on the pipe, and what's going to happen is it's going to spin, it's going to fall off, and it's going to hit the ground. And it's happened to me so many times, okay? So a torpedo level, yes, you can use it for bending pipe. The more expensive ones are a little better. They have better magnets and stuff. But in my experience, this is actually my favorite level. And at the time when I purchased this, I remember the Klein ones were like $70. This one was like 30. Now, they are no longer. So these are actually the same price now. And that's why I picked them both up, just to show you in this video kind of like the difference between them, okay? So these are actually both brand new. I actually lost my Empire one. This is by far my favorite level. It was just nice and small. It has these rare earth magnets. I'm telling you that as soon as it kind of latches onto something, like watch this, I'll just like put it onto here. It's just on there like super good, like, right? Especially when all three magnets make contact. All right, so if you're going to be bending pipe, I highly, highly suggest a level like this, okay? So this Klein one actually has 4 magnets. This one only has 3. And again, now they're like the same price. So again, I picked this one back in the day because it was affordable and it worked so good for pipe bending, right? But now this is the same price. It also has 4 magnets. What I also like about the Klein one is it also everything's a little bigger. It's just a little nicer. Now you may be wondering what this thing's for, right? So what happens is sometimes you can slide something in there. Like if you want to continue level, it's kind of hard to explain without a piece of metal, but I'll show you. Like let's say you wanted to continue, you know, if this was like this, you can like continue level, and you would tighten it down, and you could use it as if you wanted to kind of keep level, right? So it clamps down, and it allows you to, you know, if you want to test like the 45, right? If you want to keep that level, like, you know, that angle and stuff like that. Again, you guys can watch different tutorials and stuff. But as an electrician, I didn't use that too much. It was just the fact that the magnets, and again, I will use this one because this is what I've personally used, and I really, really liked it. But now that these are the same price, I would definitely check out the Klein. But I cannot speak for it in terms of, you know, if the magnets are good. I do like it's, you know, it's more visual, right? But this one was by far my favorite. I was on a scissor lift and I dropped it. It stuck somewhere because the magnets are so good, and I couldn't find it. So this is a torpedo level. You will want to be using this in like your finishing stages to make sure that like your plug is level, and, you know, just basic kind of stuff like that. When it comes to bending pipe, something like this, I'm telling you, is just absolutely amazing as a commercial electrician. All right, so if you guys got any questions, you guys feel free to leave it in the comments below. And again, don't forget about my free book I wrote for you guys as Apprentice Electricians. Just go to becominganelectrician.com/subscribe, and you'll get the book absolutely free sent to your email. Thanks for checking out the video. I'll talk to you in the next one.